KBLA Talk 1580. That's a hint. It means call me. 800-920-1580. 800-920-1580. Yeah, I was just laughing because we were over here taking some pictures, and it's always challenging. I never like my picture. I want the guests to look their best, and when am I going to post them? I have so many pictures that I need to post. Great stuff. And I will. I got to do better. But look, we have so many exciting things going on. There's more coming. I will be in Hawthorne today for the Business Expo. HawthorneBusinessExpo.org if you want to go. It starts at 3. It's free. Come on. Also a job fair. They're actually hiring people on the spot. Danny Bakewell Jr. is speaking. Ingrid Merriweather is speaking. We've got panel discussions, networking. That's going to be awesome. And then Sunday is Black Women Are Divine. That is also free. It's in Norman O. Houston Park if you're in LA or you want to fly in, top of the hill. Actually, Black Lives Matter chapters, there's 33 of them across the country and a couple actually in other countries in insides and prisons. Many are doing their own versions of Black Women Are Divine. Different kinds of reclamations in honor of Breonna Taylor, who was murdered actually 4 years ago yesterday. And so it's just loving up on Black women. Everything is free. And if you want to show love, you're welcome to come, hang out. You know, there's music. Aloe Black is going to be performing, and a lot of other great artists will be there. There's massages, there's lunch. It is free. If you're a Black woman, you go and you don't get to lift a finger. I'll be lifting a mic because I will be your MC. But if you are not a Black woman and you want to come and show some love and hang out, you are invited. Everyone is invited. The parking is at the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Mall, and then there's a shuttle. Thanks to Community Coalition, they'll be taking you up the hill for free because Norman O. Houston doesn't have too much parking. But it is a lovely park, and it is going to be a really fun event. How do I know that? Well, because I've been there every year since they started it, and it's always been so beautiful, and I'm always sad that more people don't go. Okay, we got a lot to talk about. 800-920-1580. We mentioned this yesterday with Barbara Arnwine. The House did pass a bill that could end up having the effect of banning TikTok, even though it says that it will ban it in the U.S. only if the Chinese-owned company ByteDance does not sell it. More than likely, it's going to fail in the Senate, but apparently the senators are under a lot of pressure because there's momentum, bipartisan momentum, to look tough on China. And that will be interesting. Wonder if they're going to be tough on Meta, tough on Twitter. I doubt it. Speaking of Twitter, y'all probably saw that Don Lemon is saying that Elon Musk canceled his partnership with Lemon after he did an interview with Musk himself. Lemon was supposed to have this series of half-hour episodes that air on X, aka Twitter. So kind of like Tucker Carlson, you know, I guess when you get banished from the mainstream media, you can reinvent yourself on socials. And that's what one of the things Don Lemon was doing. But Lemon said that X was just a distribution outlet for the show. Apparently, Lemon interviewed Musk and made him angry, and then Musk canceled the deal. But, you know, Musk's spokesperson says Lemon was just boring and not good. And in any case, there's one little clip floating around, and ironically, Lemon was on CNN talking about that yesterday. Yeah. 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. A judge in Fulton County has dropped some charges against he who shall not be named, but that does not mean that that case is over. And no decision has been made yet on Fani Willis, although people are confused because a judge unexpectedly said that some of those charges were not specific enough to hold up. It doesn't go to the heart of the case. So if this case is allowed to move forward, it could still be a major problem for the former president. But we'll see, because we're still expecting, possibly this week, a ruling on whether Fani Willis can continue with the case. Now, I've heard conflicting things from attorneys. In fact, maybe, I don't know, we probably won't have time to ask Attorney Areva Martin, but I've heard some attorneys say that if Fani Willis is removed from the case, that means her whole team has to be removed and they'd be starting from square one, which means it will take forever for a new team to get up to speed on all of those thousands and thousands and thousands of documents and theories and pages that one would need to know to be effective in prosecuting that case. I've heard other attorneys say they could remove just Willis and keep her team in place. If that was true, then I imagine that prosecution would be able to move forward in a pretty timely manner. We'll see. This is going to have a huge impact. To me, it seems like a stretch, because who she's sleeping with doesn't have a material impact on whether or not the former president should be found guilty, but or how his prosecution unfolds. But they're saying it's a conflict of interest, and we'll certainly see if this ends up happening this week, which would be another huge break for the former president, who's gotten a number of lucky breaks and shady love, like the shady love from the Supreme Court, tap dancing and delaying the ruling on whether or not he has immunity, but at the same time agreeing to take it, so they help the former president to stall. Meanwhile, the TikTok folks, did you see that? They were out protesting in Washington, talking about jobs. And certainly that has to be a consideration, because jobs, a lot of people make their living on social media. 800-920-1580. Now's the time if you want to talk. We've got JW calling us from LA. Hi, JW.
Hey, how you doing, Dominique? How are you?
I'm blessed. What's on your mind?
I would like to make 3 quick comments. The first one is, I happened to catch on the news about Kevin De Leon in the 14th district having a runoff. And I tried to pull some information online, and I caught a clip it on Channel 7 News, and there was speaking about him, his constituents in his district, his base people that vote for him normally or support him, and they made a reference to how they wanted to give him a second chance. And I have no idea what they was referring to. First thing I assumed was what got exposed when he got caught on tape with the rest of the people that had that meeting, and he was on, Tavis's show and tried to make amends or whatever. Okay,
yeah, he tried to. I feel like he was trying to slick talk us. I didn't see any amends, on Tavis's show. Tavis didn't let him get away with it, but to me, that's what he was trying to do.
Right. So that was just one comment. And my main point is, I noticed they did not mention that in the news report. So I made that assumption, but they were referring to something different, but they didn't mention that.
Well, the thing about Kevin De Leon, which I want to point out that Ed Sanders said on the show, which is that something like 73% of voters in his district voted against him, right? Even though at this time he's in second place, because Isabel Jurado has moved ahead of him. And that's good news, because she's a progressive. She's got a strong ground game. She's going to activate the same type of voter and the same type of volunteer that Eneonisis Hernandez and Hugo Soto Martinez, Anithya Raman did activate. And the other good news, locally here in California, another progressive city council member who I thought was in a runoff, as of right now, she's winning outright, and that's Anithya Raman. She was targeted by the police union and other conservatives, and it looked like she wasn't going to.
You know why?
Why? Right.
Well, because they know she would be a risk because she's going to get things done. So therefore, she's a problem. She's a risk. So they have to push against her.
Well, and also she voted against their giant raises, and so it's retaliatory, right? But it looks like so it looks like she's going to hold on to her seat. It looks like she will not face a runoff. Kevin De Leon, they're still counting votes. If somehow Miguel Santiago can come up with another 700 votes up, in other words, if he gets 700 more than KDL, then De Leon won't make the runoff. It's a long shot, but we can keep hope alive.
Okay, well, I have more comments I would like to make.
Go for it.
Which is, the second one is in reference to what Tim was, your guest was referring to off the tail end of that.
Tim Cornegay, yeah.
Okay, yeah. When you made the reference or comment to him about if he can come on the show and talk to some of the rappers that's wanting to vote for Trump. Because here's my point right here. I called Aretha's show a couple days ago, maybe last week, and she made a comment about how there's a lot of fake news about black people voting for Trump, and it's a falsehood, which is most likely true because there's a lot of that information out there. But she spoke as if none of the blacks are, but I had called in, but it was too late, and Andy...
okay, so give me the essence. I mean, I don't need all the mechanics of, who called when.
Okay, yeah. So let me come straight to the point. The point is, I was surprised that all these rappers are, in league with Donald Trump because I seem to see the videos and the lyrics, they just stun me, shock me, and amaze me.
Right. So I don't think it's accurate to say all of the rappers are in league with Trump. There are a few high-profile ones. Ice Cube seems to have been leaning that way. Kodak Black, a few others. Who else, Miles? It's
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne, right? And I used to like some of his songs. Anyway.
I mean, Trump got me out of jail.
Yeah, okay, that's true. If you got me out of jail. I mean, the First Step Act is a big reason. But what I was talking about for Tim, JW, was I wanted him to debate some of the... I don't know how to say it now. He told me don't say formerly incarcerated, justice-involved individuals who aren't rappers. I don't know if, Lil Wayne is going to come on this show and debate Tim. Now, that would be some stuff. But I think that conversation needs to happen because, yeah, true. But let's remember, and why don't these rappers know this? The First Step Act started under Obama. Trump took it across the finish line, so you could actually call it a bipartisan initiative. I'm just saying. KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
It's game day at Jim's house, and the spread is impressive.
Mike's already done some damage with the hot wings, and now he's dropping back and going deep for another slice of pizza.
I sure hope he brought the Pepto.
Mike knows the Pepto-Bismol provides fast 5-symptom relief from unexpected stomach upsets. He's no rookie.
The way he's throwing back those nachos, he's the GOAT.
Be ready for game day with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in celebrating Women's History Month. I'm Dominique DiPrima. Join me and Black Lives Matter Los Angeles for a reclamation in honor of Breonna Taylor called Black Women Are Divine. There'll be food, music, performances, and healing services with a special performance by Aloe Black. I'll be your MC, and it's all free. Black Women Are Divine is a space for Black women, girls, and femmes to receive love and healing, and for others to express their appreciation. Many of the 33 Black Lives Matter grassroots chapters across the nation are participating in this honoring of the memory of Breonna Taylor on the anniversary of her death. The BLMLA event is taking place on Sunday, March 17th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Norman O. Houston Park at 4800 South La Brea in Los Angeles. The park at the Summit. For special parking options and more information, visit blmla.org. Say her name, Breonna Taylor, and join us in loving on Black women. Happy Women's History Month from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580.
Paid for by government.com. Did you know? The United States Mint has issued a new Morgan silver dollar coin in proof condition for the first time. Not only that, they are also minted in 99.9% pure silver for the first time ever in history. Coin experts are calling this an amazing opportunity for anyone that knows the enduring popularity of Morgans. But you must hurry. Only 400,000 of these legal tender silver dollars were issued. These first ever Morgan silver dollars are brand new with stunning mirror-like finish, minted by the iconic San Francisco Mint. Call now and you're guaranteed a new first ever 99.9% pure silver proof Morgan dollar. To learn more, call 1-800-973-9717. If you order now, you will receive a free coin collector bonus pack, a $25 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-973-9717 now to secure your new Morgan silver dollars before they are gone. That's 1-800-973-9717.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DiPrima on First Things First.
And J-Dub called 800-920-1580. You can do the same, 800-920-1580. That is where he called. Well, the Don Lemon show may have failed to lift off for Elon Musk, but his SpaceX team launched the world's most powerful rocket, Starship, for the third time this morning, and it made it further than ever. It's a big win for the company. They tried this last year, and the rocket exploded in midair. Remember that? They tried again in November and made it a little further, but it lost its signal and it exploded. This is a big, big deal for SpaceX and also for NASA because this Starship vehicle is the one that's meant to bring U.S. astronauts back to the moon for 2026. So it's a big win for Elon Musk and the SpaceX company out of Hawthorne. As long as he keeps it there, he's moved out of California, and but SpaceX is still here. Donald Trump this morning attending a hearing where his lawyers are trying to get the charges in the special documents case dismissed. The case brought by the special counsel Jack Smith, and this is the classified documents. Remember all the top secret items that were stored in bathrooms at Mar-a-Lago and were just scattered around throughout his property there in his Florida residence. This is a criminal case. We forget because you think about E. Jean Carroll, which was a civil case. She sued him. He was found liable for sexual assault. The only reason they didn't actually call it rape is because New York has a very strict definition of rape that requires you to penetrate a person with the male organ, and he used his fingers. But according to what we think of as rape, being sexually violated, he is a rapist. But that wasn't a criminal case, so there's no jail time involved. Oh, just a small $83 million in fines. And, that plus interest. He's got a bond up for that, so that is now no longer a factor in terms of him having assets seized. until that case goes through appeal. These other 4 cases are actually criminal cases that could theoretically carry jail time. So he decided to show up today in court in hopes, and from what I'm reading and seeing, this is a long shot for a judge to just dismiss this case outright. But the 4 cases are the classified documents, right? That's the one he's in court for today. The federal election interference, which is also a federal case. You're thinking of, I'm thinking of Fulton County. That's the Fonnie Willis case. That's the RICO charges, where we're looking to see if a judge is going to derail the case. And he did indicate that he expects to have that decision this week. So that means today or tomorrow. That's a separate case. There is also a federal election interference case, also led by Jack Smith, where he charged the former president with 4 crimes because he tried to overturn the 2020 election results. Now, that case is on hold because of the Supreme Court helping the former president to stall, right? Because he's claiming he has presidential immunity, air quotes. They're going to hear oral arguments about immunity next month, and then they'll drag their feet, and they'll probably make a ruling in their usual leisurely manner around June, rather than fast-tracking like they did to get him on that Colorado ballot. That's what happens when you stack the court with extremist Republican activists who basically do your bidding. And then there's the Fulton County case. Of course, we are waiting for a judge in that situation as well to rule on whether Fonnie Willis has a conflict of interest that will disqualify her from that case and could end up derailing the whole actual deal, because if they disqualify her whole team, and like I said, I'm not clear that that's a must, that would set them so far back in their timeline of getting work done that it would probably allow this orange weasel to become president before they could bring those charges, in which case he would be shielded while he's president. And if he is reelected, I don't really expect him to ever step down. So he'd get a get out of jail free card. And then the 4th criminal case that adds up to this, whatever it is, probably 80 something now that those other charges have been dismissed by a judge. That is the hush money case. That's the porn star case, and his cover-up of his affair with Stormy Daniels. That is meant to start. That criminal case is actually moving forward, and it will start in New York later in March. So that one is off to the races. Now, I suppose if the Supreme Court rules that he has immunity, that could derail it, but I don't know, because that cover-up started before he was elected, right? One of the reasons it's been, categorized as election interference is because he wanted to cover up the affair with the porn star because he was concerned that it would prevent him from being elected, which means he wasn't president yet. So I'm not sure that a Supreme Court ruling in his favor, which, to be honest with you, I fully expect. Although I don't know, because that might be a bridge too far even for the extreme court. But in any case, it's possible that the New York case, which does go to trial later this month, could be the one he can't wiggle out of with the help from his cronies on the Supreme Court. It's perfect time to call me, 800-920-1580. Right now, news, traffic, and sports.
A safe place to go loud. A great place for progressive politics. KBLA Talk 1580.
Thank you for sharing a part of your Thursday with us here on the Black Information Network. I'm Mike Moore. Now here's the latest. 3 men are facing federal firearm charges in connection to the Kansas City Super Bowl parade shooting that left one person dead. Authorities did not accuse the 3 suspects of opening fire in the February shooting, but instead say they took part in illegal firearms trafficking. They're also accused of buying a gun for someone who is not allowed to own one or doesn't want their name involved. Kamala Harris makes history today when she becomes the first vice president to visit an abortion clinic while in office. Harris is expected to tour a Planned Parenthood clinic in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and speak to healthcare providers there. It's possible the vice president will also speak to reporters outside of the clinic after the visit. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Moore from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Corner Bakery Cafe is offering you all-you-can-eat pancakes for just $5.99 all month long. Light, fluffy, and served with warm vanilla maple syrup. Try them for yourself at Corner Bakery Cafe. All-you-can-eat pancakes for just $5.99 at your local Corner Bakery Cafe.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Lakers lose again to Sacramento. The Kings won all 4 games with the Lakers this season. The Clippers are in Chicago tonight. Kawhi Leonard made the trip. He's dealing with back spasms. He will likely be a game-time decision. Tip-off at 5 p.m. UCLA and USC won their first-round games in the Pac-12 Conference men's basketball tournament in Vegas. UCLA beat Oregon State, a career-high 31 points from sophomore point guard Dylan Andrews. The Bruins play Oregon today at 2:30. Boogie Ellis dropped 25 to lead USC past Washington. Bronny James has 7 points in 18 minutes off the bench. USC plays number 1 seed Arizona today at noon. The Chargers trimmed $20 million from their payroll by releasing veteran wide receiver Mike Williams. The move put the Chargers under the NFL salary cap just in time before Wednesday's 1 p.m. deadline. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey Californians, are you ready to make your home ownership dreams come true? The California Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loan Program might be for you. First-generation homebuyers can get down payment and closing cost assistance along with a first mortgage to help you unlock the door of your new home. Applications open in April, so talk to an approved lender to see if you're eligible. Find out more at calhfa.ca.gov/dream or call 877-922-5432. A message from the California Housing Finance Agency.
If your Medi-Cal is ending, Cover California is here to help. Cover California is a service from the state that helps you get affordable health insurance. In many cases, at no cost to you, just like with Medi-Cal. We have quality health plans, and we'll help you every step of the way to get the one that works for you and your family. So, if you're no longer eligible for Medi-Cal, check out Cover California. We'll keep you covered. Learn more at coveredca.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Oh, this cold.
Honey?
Honey?
Honey, you need DayQuil Severe Honey.
DayQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste, because life doesn't stop for a cold.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Now I'm getting a cold.
Honey. Try DayQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu relief. DayQuil Severe with honey flavor. The daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Do you have both Medi-Cal and Medicare?
If so, the new LA Care plan called Medicare Plus can help you get the most out of your health plan for $0.
LA Care provides personalized service to Angelinos like us.
Plus, it gives us access to doctors and specialists across Los Angeles County.
For zero cost, we get access to full benefits.
From vision coverage,
in-home support services,
to prescription drug coverage,
and a quarterly over-the-counter allowance.
plus personal equipment.
Meal programs,
a gym membership,
And so much more.
for more than 25 years,
LA Care has provided Angelinos with access to quality health care at an affordable cost.
For our families,
our seniors,
our community,
it's a plus.
it's a plus.
for all of us.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where hate meets a scholarly match.
Indeed, it does. And I want to remind you, I've been talking about the Hawthorne Business Expo, where I will be today. And that's part of my personal commitment and KBLA's commitment to really promote recycling Black dollars, generational wealth, all of the things that we stand for. We do on Wealth Building Wednesday. And if you have a small business, if you are a business owner, or a Black-owned, BIPOC-owned, Black, Indigenous, People of Color is what BIPOC stands for, by the way, or women-owned, or socially innovative business that you love, please just DM me or email me, diprimaradio@gmail.com, diprimaradio@gmail.com, and we will absolutely put your small business on the air, your socially innovative business on the air, because we would like to put our money and our airwaves where our mouth is and support you in thriving and growing. And to that end, I will be today at the Hawthorne Memorial Center, 3901 West El Segundo. That's in Hawthorne. It's the Hawthorne Business Expo and Job Fair. It's free. Anyone's welcome. It's from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. And, come and network. Come hang out. Maybe apply for a job. There are employers hiring on the spot. So this is part of our commitment to recycling Black dollars. It's part of my personal interest in recycling Black dollars, and something that I feel very strongly about. I was surprised, sometimes I read about stuff in the paper and I'm shocked that I don't know about it. I'm like, why didn't I already know about this? And this is one of those times. There's an article in Los Angeles magazine, and this is not just aimed at Black businesses, but I hope we will take advantage of it. It is legacy business grants, right? Something that was put in place by Councilmember Curran Price in the city of Los Angeles. And, this is something similar to an initiative my brother, Raz Baraka, who is the mayor of Newark, New Jersey, has put in place, targeting businesses, small businesses that have been in the community forever. And it's a way of helping those franchises, those enterprises to withstand gentrification and development. So like what we're seeing in Newark, what we saw in Washington, D.C., which had a devastating effect on the Black community there, where the chocolate city was not so chocolate anymore, is not so chocolate anymore. What my brother did as Newark Mayor Baraka, the Honorable Mayor Baraka, did is he created opportunities where the city would buy the buildings that house these long-time community businesses owned by Black, Latino, whoever has been in our community forever. And then they would sell them back or lease them back to the business owner at very excellent terms, so that business owner could either buy or afford on a long-term basis to remain there. Well, in LA, they're calling them legacy grants, and they're not just targeting gentrifying communities. These are just, I guess, the The program is now under Mayor Bass, but it was started by Councilmember Kern Price here in LA. And now it's under the Economic Workforce Development Department, which is a department most of us need to know more about. They offer lots of services and interesting initiatives. But businesses that have been doing what they do in the same spot in the community. You have to have a storefront. You can't be, selling T-shirts on a median. You actually have to have a storefront. But if you've been there for 20 years or more within the city of LA, you could get a grant for up to 20 grand. That's a grant, so it means you don't have to pay it back. And that could be used for technical assistance, for promotions, marketing, succession planning. What happens when I retire? A legal consultation or to help negotiate your lease. Financial counseling is also going to be available. This is all stuff that the city is doing, and I guess the grants start this coming fall. So you want to get in the pipeline. If you can, go to the Economic Development Department website for the city, Economic Workforce Development Department of the City of Los Angeles. And apparently, there's also another initiative called the Legacy Business Initiative. This is through the LA Conservancy. This is not the city. This is a nonprofit. But they have something called the Legacy Business Initiative, where if your business has been around since before 2004, you can get a grant for $5,000. Wells Fargo is underwriting the first round. They've given out 10 already, something called Candelas Guitars in Boyle Heights. It's been there since 1947. I didn't even know about this. Apparently there's a single screen movie theater in Gardena. They got one. And so these are ongoing programs. And apparently Sika in Leimert Park. Y'all know Sika. If you don't, you should. Go by there. It's right there on Degnan. He's got jewelry and African clothing and incense and all kinds of beautiful trinkets. It's a great, great place to get a gift. Has been part of that conservancy program, right? And so I just think these are the kind of initiatives, when we talk about wealth building, we talk about recycling black dollars, and something I brought up with Councilmember Katrina Manning, who was on the show yesterday to discuss this Hawthorne Business Expo and Job Fair that's going on today. And I've talked about it with others too, including, the California State Housing Advocacy Group, that these programs get up and running, and for some reason, Black people either don't know about it or feel we can't apply for some reason. Maybe we don't get around to it. We're too overwhelmed with our job or our business, trying to keep the business afloat. Maybe we think that we won't be able to qualify because we just assume we count ourselves out rather than, letting someone else count us out. And so that's why I'm bringing this up. Aside from the fact that I think it's a great idea, I'm really glad Kern Price initiated this for the city of Los Angeles. Very pleased that Mayor Bass has seen fit to make it part of her Economic Workforce Development Department. But I want to encourage us. We need to be in line for those, because when you look at gentrification, one of the things that happens is we get priced out of leases. We get priced out because we don't own buildings, or because maybe we do have a lease, or maybe we're one of the few that does own the building, but we can't afford the upgrades, the certifications or licensing or different code violations that come up. And we end up getting pushed out of neighborhoods where we've traditionally done business. And so as the residents are priced out, pushed out, bought out, foreclosed out, then those businesses, legacy businesses, go too. And that's when we disappear from communities. And so although these particular legacy grants are not necessarily aimed at Black businesses or Latina businesses or woman-owned businesses, they certainly could be and should be utilized by us to help preserve the cultural, flavorful wonderfulness of our neighborhoods. And I know, there's plenty of new businesses that can't take advantage of this. But we also have folks that have been around for a while, and we want to make sure that they can stay. So if you know someone, if you are someone, let's do this. Let's make sure we're at least on the list to be considered for these programs. And that's ewdd.lacity.gov, ewdd.lacity.gov. If you're in another city like Newark or some that I mentioned or some of the others that may have similar initiatives, go to your city's website and look it up. Let's make sure we are in line and in consideration for these funds, especially the grants. That is also part of wealth building, not just on Wednesday, but every day. It's a perfect time to call me, 800-920-1580. I'm Dominique DiPrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
Imagine with me here for a minute the most beautiful panoramic setting. Maybe it's an endless ocean, waves crashing on a beach, or a crystal clear mountain lake, peaceful and quiet. Or maybe it's just little kids playing in the park down the street. Wherever your imagination takes you, now imagine right smack in the middle of this perfect picture, a piece of litter. Just one piece right there in the middle of it all. Doesn't exactly fit, does it? In fact, even though it's just one piece, now it's all you can see. That one piece ruins everything. And that's the thing about litter. It doesn't take much to ruin everything. One thing's for sure, it simply does not belong anywhere in California. So here's the good news. If we work together, we will change it. We don't have to let litter, even just one piece, ruin your perfect picture. Not anymore, not ever again. Clean California, zero litter is the goal. Brought to you by Caltrans and CleanCA.com.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Hi, I'm Dominique DiPrima, inviting you to join me at the City of Hawthorne's Business Expo and Job Fair, presented by Hawthorne City Councilwoman Katrina Manning. Explore great opportunities with leading national and local companies and participate in panel discussions with top entrepreneurs such as Goose the Barber, Camille C. Terry, and special guest speaker Danny Bakewell Jr., president of the LA Sentinel. So please join me and Council Member Katrina Manning on Thursday, March 14th from 3 to 7 p.m. at the Hawthorne Memorial Center at 3901 West El Segundo Boulevard in Hawthorne for the Hawthorne Business Expo and Job Fair. That's Thursday, March 14th, the City of Hawthorne's Business Expo and Job Fair. Visit their website at hawthornebusinessexpo.org or call 310-349-2908. That's 310-349-2908 to register. It's absolutely free and open to the public. I'll see you there.
Your ancestors' favorite radio station, and your favorite morning show host. Let's get back to Dominique DiPrima right now.
Right now. So it wasn't just the, general market, shall we say, TikTok creators who are protesting and worrying what happens to them if TikTok is banned. Black creators were also out in force and worried that their whole empire, it's so funny. I remember having this conversation with the rapper Paris. He told me, I think it was quite a while ago, more than 10 years ago, that it's more like probably 15 years ago. Don't build your whole platform on, don't build your whole business on a platform you don't control, i.e. TikTok, i.e. Facebook, X, Instagram. If they have all your customer data and all of your entire business infrastructure, then they can shut you down in 1 second. And that's what we're looking at right now with TikTok. Certainly what Don Lemon experienced on X when Elon Musk said, I don't have to answer your questions. Not only that, you're canceled. What about that? But anyway, I mean, I do have empathy for these folks. Ideally, we have our own servers and we keep all of our data separate, but distribution on the level of a TikTok is not something you can just create overnight. This bill passed the House of Representatives, probably will die in the Senate, but it's not just, it's a lot of folks. 5 million businesses have accounts on TikTok. And Black women are doing very well, even though we know that the algorithm discriminates against us. There are Black women who are doing quite well for themselves, ourselves. Well, I'm not on TikTok. No, think Miles has tried to get me to do better. Maybe I will. But it is, it's interesting that, Trump does this pivot and people are talking about how a wealthy donor told him, actually the number one Trump donor this election cycle has a huge financial interest in TikTok and told him to, back off of calling for a ban of Twitter. Of TikTok. Interestingly, though, Republicans didn't really follow him like they usually do on this. They went ahead and voted for this ban. That I found surprising, but it's also a foreshadowing of what we can expect with the new Trump presidency. He's always been greedy. He always was milking the job to get money for himself, for his daughter, for his son-in-law. He had foreign dignitaries staying at the Trump Hotel in Washington, D.C., making millions off that. Well, imagine now that he's desperate for money, right? He's had the E. Jean Carroll, verdict against him. Owes $83 million there. It owes about $500 million. I'm not a lawyer and I don't know how those cases will be impacted if the Supreme Court finds him immune, but certainly it could not impact the E. Jean Carroll case, right? Because that happened long before he was president. And so now he's hard up for money and he doesn't have to stand for re-election. Oh, the grift is going to be real. The grift is going to be on. So I'm just saying, you're seeing it happening before your very eyes. I want to talk to you about Haiti, a new White House initiative meant to address that. Oh, but before I move on, I do want to say we got breaking news. Former Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, he was Treasury Secretary under He Who Shall Not Be Named, is putting together a group to buy TikTok. Isn't that convenient? Isn't that convenient? Well, I will see if it goes down, but he said that it should be owned by a U.S. business. There's no way that the Chinese would ever let a U.S. company own something like this in China, and that may be true, but he says he's talked to a bunch of people. He's putting together some rich guys, and they're thinking about buying the whole doggone enterprise. Trump ally buys TikTok. After Trump pushed for TikTok ban, then pivoted because his other ally who already owns a whole bunch of TikTok. Follow the money, people. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
The station you turn to when you've had it up to gear with cultural incompetence. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, I'm Zoe Williams, a.k.a. the voice of reason, encouraging you to join me weekdays from 7 to 9 p.m. for the world's most intriguing relationship radio roundtable. Every night, I facilitate and encourage our loyal listeners to participate in the most engaging relationship discussions you'll hear anywhere So make it a point to rendezvous with me, Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Trust me, your relationships will never be the same. The VOR is on fire tonight.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
What make you? Yeah.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
Febreze. So my home is also my office, and before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up, then spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day. Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we do more than just talk.
You got a big mouth. Hello, Joe, you're up. Welcome.
We're unapologetically progressive, and we don't black down.
Yeah, so just a quick update on Haiti. As you know, the prime minister has resigned. According to this New York Times op-ed, things changed because the various gang factions in Haiti united, whatever that means. It says they don't know how long this alliance will last, but apparently we do know for sure that the prime minister has stepped down and that the police force of Haiti has been overwhelmed. Now, the Biden administration has announced $300 million to fund a multinational support mission to deal with Haiti, given how the U.S. has messed things over in Haiti before and how our aid has caused more problems. One wonders, but it's certainly interesting to see them stepping up in this way. They said there's $33 million on top of that. That's meant to be for humanitarian assistance. That's according to Jake Sullivan, the National Security Advisor. And they are trying to see, and yeah, sure, some of it is goodwill, but they're trying to stabilize Haiti because this is going to be impacting the United States. In fact, the Biden administration is now saying they are preparing to take Haitians who flee to the United States if there is, as they're anticipating it's possible, a wave of black migrants trying to leave Haiti, that they will, if they make it to Florida, they will ship them to Cuba, to Guantanamo Bay. Now, apparently there is an ICE holding center there, so they're not talking about putting them in the part of Guantanamo Bay, which is a prison that houses, accused terrorists. But, Haiti is just 200 miles from Cuba. And so that's where they're talking about holding them. That's where they've often held undocumented migrants from Haiti. Interesting, though, they already have a plan. This is not Ukraine. You don't get escorted across the border and get a sandwich. They're going to send them straight to Guantanamo Bay and quote, process them or hold them there. In the past, they have extradited them back to Haiti. And we're told, CNN reporting, gangs are now controlling 80% of the Haitian capital. That's estimates from the UN. Tens of thousands of people already fleeing their homes. So while we're busy talking about other migrant crises and other foreign aid crises, the Biden administration is making moves to try to stabilize Haiti, and that's going to be a growing concern and a growing conversation in the days and weeks ahead. My colleague, attorney Ariva Martin, is up next. She is the attorney for Ryan Gaynor, the family of, I should say, and that's next on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
Thank you for sharing